Okay guys, finally you are welcome to this exercise, and please permit me, I will not share my face in this section, and I wouldn't like us to waste much time here either. So because of that, I have modified this section of our HTML to hold the result of our informations and data. Alright, so first we have our basic HTML boilerplate here. So the next one, I have created two input tag, input number 1 and input number 1, because what we want to do now, we want to plus two numbers and print it in our screen. So that's why I have these two input balls, the inputs tag with type attribute of text and the ID attribute of number 1. So the next one is our button. Okay, so this button is going to run the function of displaying the result of any calculation made inside these inputs. Alright, so the next one is our paragraph. This is where we are going to be storing our information, our results, sorry. That's why we have this p tag with ID attribute of output. Now we are done with our HTML. Now let's go to the script, because that's where the logic lies. Alright, so first we are going to use JavaScript to store our information. Okay, that is why I have created this two script tag here. So first I'll call a function. Please code along with me and name it my function. Then after that, I will now open the curly brace to tell JavaScript what is happening inside my function by declaring a variable. Alright, call it number 1. Then with assignment operator, I'm going to assign a value to it. But before I assign a value to it, I'll first of all pass it into a whole number. Now pass it into a whole number, open a bracket, then document. Then get the value from the inner HTML. Okay, so now I want to get the element by the ID. Yeah. So this number here, this is our ID. This is going to form the value of this variable here. Okay, so we now get it. We now get the element by the ID. Then open a bracket to store the value number 1. Then with dots and get the value. Then we put a semicolon. So this semicolon is just to tell the JavaScript that we are done with this line of code. So now we are going to duplicate this code, this line, because we have two input tag there. So we duplicate, we copy and paste here. Okay, so now we will change this one to 2 and change this one to 2 as well. Okay, so now once we have our results here, okay, we will now document and get the element by the ID of output, because that is where we are going to store our results. So now we are going to get this element by the ID of output. So first we'll document dot get the element by the ID, then store the value, That's output. Okay, then with dots on there, summon these two values. So we're gonna summon these two values, because it's in this output that we print our results. So that's why we have this output here. So we'll now document get the element by the ID of output from the inner HTML. Then with assignment operator, we now sum the two values. Okay, and value number 2. Then we close. So guys, we are done with this code. Let's run the code and see the result of our work. So but before then, let's cross check our code to make sure that everything is correct, because if we miss any syntax, we might not get the actual result of what we are looking for. Okay, so just give me some time. Let me cross check the code to make sure that everything is correct, all the syntax are correct. So guys, we are good to go. So now let's run this code get the element by the ID. Okay, now let's run this code to check the results of what we have done so far. So now with the debug. Okay, let's wait a minute. Okay guys, now we have it here, as you can see. Two plus 2 equals to 4. Okay, we have run the calculation. So 2 plus 2 is what? 4, and that is what we have just done now, plusing two numbers and printed it in our screen. So guys, that is the end for this section. So in our next section, we are going to be looking at the conditional statements we have in JavaScript, because most of the programs, some of the logic behind some of our PLCs are written with JavaScript. Okay, using different conditional statements we have in JavaScript. So now we are going to, in the next section, we are going to be looking at what conditional statements are and how we can apply it in our scripts. Thank you so much for your time.